Musk. Very, very interesting, I think, character. What's people's thoughts about him? Is he a great business leader?
And these great. Sorry, go after you, Julia.
Oh, okay. Well, I think he has great vision, and he's a great, how can I say this, individual fighter. so he's, I mean, he has this ability to think about things or dream about things that, where a lot of other people would just stop or not even imagine that you were able to go there. But I think he's also shown to be relentless towards himself when it comes to work. And I think that also, does go on to the people you work with. So in terms of like maybe sometimes being a micromanager. So I think, he has shown that he's very hands-on. So he says, things like you can't be too, how do you say this? I don't even know the English word, but in German, it's you're not too schade. So you are not too schade. You don't feel like you can't do something because you're the leader. You get your hands dirty, kind of like this way, but at the same time, if you do everything, then you're micromanaging, and then it's getting a little tricky. But again, I mean, what he has dreamed and taken people with him, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And I think I'd agree wholeheartedly. What he's achieved is phenomenal, and none of us here can take anything away from that. I mean, I think he's described himself not just as a micromanager, but a nano manager, I believe was one of the terms that he used. So in terms of being a role model on how to lead, when you look at the broader perspective of what leadership is about, I would say there's some gaps. But in terms of what Julia says about visionary and making things happen, phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely the first thing that came up for me, was definitely if you want someone who's going to reach for the space, like literally, he's done amazing things to push people that far. I guess the other part of me is also going, but he has pushed a lot of people very far, and he's also pushing himself quite far. So even just reflecting on this conversation, I'm like, how much more energy does he have left to operate at that level? So how will his leadership have to change as he ages, right? And he won't be able to nano manage. It's a possibility now, but in 10 years' time, he'll have to pivot and think, how can he empower the leaders of these organizations to drive that vision?